Hi sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the beginning of my chakra yoga sequence, so it allows you to connect with your chakras more deeply. Today is day 1 and it's for the root chakra. So the root chakra is about being grounded. It's your foundation, your sense of security, and your sense of purpose. So by rooting through that chakra and really feeling with it, opening it up, connecting, that will allow you to feel more stable, so that way you can move without worry, move forward into your life without worry, because that's essentially what it is. When you don't have your basic needs met, when you don't have enough sleep or food, or even if you don't have a shelter, then it's a lot harder to feel focused and confident moving through your life. So think of the root chakra as your home, like your psychological, spiritual home, your home base. So that's what we're going to be working with today. It's a nice little short sequence. Hopefully, when we're done, you feel nice and grounded. That being said, when you're ready, join me on your mat. Begin with me at the top of your mat. We're going to be rooting in here as it's the root chakra. So I know I usually like to start with mountain pose, but there's a reason. It's because I want you to have foundational support. So we're going to begin the root chakra session with mountain pose. So begin to put your feet parallel to one another, about hip width distance apart. Roll your shoulders down and back and really begin to start grounding into your feet here. Press all 10 toes into the mat. And now guide your palms towards the front of the room. Your shoulders down and back, drawing towards one another here. Your core is in and engaged. Your hamstrings and quads are engaged here, as well as your glutes, your calves, your shins. Everything here is active. Just rooting through, grounding in, feeling the safety of the support of your legs. And go ahead and shake it out. Inhale both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, press the air away. Chin to chest. Inhale both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, press the earth away. Chin to chest. This time make sure you're facing the front of your mat. Inhale both arms out and up. And hinge at your hips to come back into a seated position. So we're coming into a chair. You're drawing your navel in, your shoulders are down and back. Maybe rotate pinkies towards one another to create space for your shoulders around your ears. And just holding chair, once again, our foundation, our support. We want it to be strong, right? There's no point in moving forward if we don't have a strong foundation. Otherwise, the earth beneath us will crumble as we attempt to accomplish anything. All right, inhale to rise, lean back gently, arching through your back. Exhale, flat back swan dive, palms down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to your shins, flat back, shoulders down and back. Exhale, press your palms to the mat and step it back for your plank as we go through a vinyasa, so chaturanga either from your knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk it out here as it's our first dog. Really ground into all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. You want to feel like you can actually grip the ground with your fingers. All right. Inhale, right leg up and back for three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale, rotate your back heel, 45-degree angle, and inhale as you rise to press up through your front heel for warrior one. So it's kind of an awkward posture because we're forcing this leg diagonally as our hips are forward. So this hip will try to pull you this way, but you want to make sure that your hips are directly forward like headlights on a car. Just hold it here, really ground into your back heel. Force that leg straight, but kindly. Do it nicely, not aggressive, but with focus and intention. All right, inhale here as you lengthen. Exhale, we're going to rotate into Warrior Two. So Warrior Two on the right. Gaze over your front and middle finger. Get nice and grounded here. Draw your tailbone down towards the ground. Engage your core. You're pressing really strong into your back leg. And really rooting through that front heel. As if you could try to lift your toes in the front just to see. Because that's where most of your weight of your body is residing right now. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, straighten your leg in the front. Inhale to lengthen here. As we exhale, we're going to come into triangle on the right. So hinge from your hip and guide your right arm down towards your right leg, anywhere that's suitable for you. Also, option to have a yoga block here. If you can go a little deeper, then do so, but honor where you're at. So just breathe into the space. Maybe gaze up if that feels good on your neck. Really rooting through your front foot and pressing through the inside of your left foot. Inhale, rotate your arm forward and shift your whole torso forward over your front leg. Exhale, press your left palm to the mat, bend into your right knee, and guide your right palm down to the mat. We're in a low lunge here. Press into both palms so you can step back into your plank as we go into our vinyasa. So inhale here, exhale, heart towards the ground, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Once again, we're going to walk it out here. Really root through all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. Feeling the support beneath you so that you can find safety in your next movements. Inhale, left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Really flex through that left heel. Be active here. Exhale, guide it through, low lunge. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine and guide your right heel down for a 45-degree angle into your back foot. And once again, inhale and exhale, rise up for your Warrior One on the left. So once again, do your best to really rotate your hips forward here. Really root through that back heel and that front heel. Shoulders down away from the ears, nice and long through the spine. Your core is engaged here. Feeling the strength that you're creating in your body. Feeling the support beneath your feet. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, rotate out into Warrior Two on the left. Gazing over your left middle fingers, I'm going to turn to face you. That way it's not so awkward. You don't have to look at my back when I talk to you. That would be really weird if we did that in person. I don't want to talk to you looking at you. I'm going to turn around. All right, just gaze over your front middle fingers. Get nice and grounded here. Really root through your back heel. Make sure that back foot is parallel to the edge of your mat. And just breathe deep here. Your tailbone is down towards the ground, core engaged. Holding these stronger poses really helps set up the foundation of your whole muscular support. At first it's kind of challenging, but over time it gets easier. As I still talk with my hands in Warrior. All right, inhale here. Exhale, straighten through your left leg. Inhale to lengthen your spine as we shift our hips to come into triangle on the left. So really hinge from that left hip. Try to keep your body in alignment on the way down. And once again, wherever your hand is comfortable on this leg. Find that space. Also option for a block. Whatever works for you. Maybe option to gaze up if that feels good on your neck. Maybe option to sink a little deeper. And honor where you're at with your foundation. For instance, like I might be here right now, but once upon a time I wasn't. So that whole idea of comparing yourselves to others doesn't really work. Maybe being inspired is great, but actually comparing yourself and valuing yourself based on somebody else, that's not really healthy. That's not really going to work for you. All right, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, rotate this right arm forward, torso turning towards the ground, and press your right palm to the mat. Guide your left palm to the mat as we raise our right heel from the mat for this low lunge, and step back for your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back on your exhale for this down dog here. Shifting into your heels. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet as you press the weight of your body more into your heels. Option to bend into your knees if that feels good, and clasp opposite elbows here. Really lengthen through your spine. Just allow gravity to do the work for you, grounding you, earthing you. And release your elbows. Tuck your tailbone, bend into your knees, and gently roll up one vertebrae at a time, but not all the way up. We're going to stay in our chair. So inhale, both arms out and up. Feet should be about hip width apart. You can ground yourself a little better actually and have your feet together. That is a little easier to attempt to hold chair in. So if you want to do that, feel free. Really root. Raise your toes from the ground here. You really want to press into your heels. If you can raise your toes, then you know you have a good foundation here. And one more breath. Exhale, rise. Arms down to your sides. Face me. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, press the air away. Chin to chest. Inhale one more time, arms out and up. And exhale, press the earth away. Chin to chest. So we're going to come into our last official grounding pose. We're going to do tree on the right and the left. So get rooted in your left foot here. Really straighten to this left knee. Not too much. You don't want to lock it out, but you do want it pretty straight and steady. So extend your right leg out ahead of you. Feel what that feels like. And then option to either stay here for your tree. So your hands can be on your hips or at heart center. I like mine at heart center. This activates your shoulders. You're drawing your shoulders down and back. It stretches your palms. So also option to bring your base of your foot up to the side of your calf. And then last option, because never put your knee on, or your foot on your knee, lateral pressure for your knee is not ideal for that joint. So if you need to assist your foot into your thigh, then go ahead and press your right foot into your left thigh. And really think about pressing your thigh muscle into your foot and your foot into your thigh muscle here. So you're really rooting through your left foot, shoulders down and back, doing your best to be as straight of a tree as you can. I mean, you might wobble a little bit here or be like starting to slouch sideways. That's okay. Ideally, you eventually can render this posture straighter. But it's just kind of a test to where you're at currently. But I guess, that's with any posture. It's always, where are you currently? All right. Rotate your knee towards the front, release your foot, and guide it down. Shake it out. Shake everything out. Same thing, other side. Really root through this right foot and just extend your left leg out ahead of you to feel what that feels like. Once again, you can have your hands on your hips if that feels more comfortable, or hands to heart center. And just toes to the ground, or toes to the mid-calf, or help it up with your hand onto the inside of your right thigh. So really draw your left knee away from you. If you can, you want it more towards the side of your body. It will, theoretically, it can want to go forward. I say that just because it's not always going to go forward, but with some people it might. So just honor where you specifically are at in this posture. Roll your shoulders down and back. Really activate through this hip. You see the difference when I'm like not really activating that internal groin muscle and thigh muscle, and then as soon as I do, ooh, it messes with my balance too. But you see how my hip comes in? So you want to think about doing that here. And just rooting through, feeling where you're at. Even if you're not the best at this posture, over time you will be, and that's great because you're building your foundation. All right, knee towards the front, release it, shake everything out. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. This time, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, gently bow to yourself. Thanking yourself for this time to reconnect with your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. I'm hoping you feel nice and grounded from that session, and that you feel like you can move through your space more focused and stable. If you like that and appreciate it and are looking to seeing the rest of the sequences, then go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you feel like anybody else would be interested or benefit from this, go ahead and share it. Until next chakra, I will see you again. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and namaste.